5 reasons why expats leaving Thailand. This is the topic of today. Let's go. Hello and welcome back to our Bali Invest YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Beutler and today we have the topic of this video here. You see it, 5 reasons experts are leaving Thailand in 2024. We will do a reaction on this, but make sure that you subscribe our channel before we start, because we not just have reactions on videos like this, we also have nice villas tours here in Bali where we show you the most amazing villas and many other interesting content. But now we will dive into this video.
I want to talk about kind of a sad thing today, and that's people that leave Thailand. And I'm not talking about people that come here on vacation. Of course, they don't want to leave. I'm talking about people that actually move here, that retire here and planned on making Thailand their life, and yet they leave. I mean, why does that happen? There's actually a lot of reasons why. And if you know what they are before you come, or when you're a new visitor, maybe we can help that not happen to you.
Okay, super interesting topic, because many people, especially for the retirement, but also younger people working online, moving to Thailand, to Bali, or many other Asian countries. And now I'm super interested why he said that people leaving Thailand and might be moving to Bali. Is the life here better? What is the comparison? We will see what's in it.
And when I say money, what I really mean is the lack of money. There's probably 3 main ways that people tend to lose their money. One is just poor planning. Number 2 would be women. And number 3 would be health issues. And actually, these last 2 categories I talk about as separate issues in just a minute. So let's just talk about poor planning. A lot of people come to Thailand and they think like, hey, it's a cheap country. I don't need to really spend time working out a budget and things like that. But you can't do that. Thailand is cheap, yes, but how cheap it is depends on where you're coming from. And what I mean by that is, if you come from, let's say like me, I came from Southern California. That is a very high cost of living, much like not just California, but the East Coast of the United States, London, Vancouver, many places around the world. So for me, for every dollar that I spend in California, for me to get an equal lifestyle for transportation and food and housing is literally about 20 to 25 cents on the dollar. I'm literally saving 75 to 80%.
Yes, that's true. I also would definitely agree with this. I also personally, I think I was more than 10 times in Thailand. Thailand is super cheap, especially like you said, for transport and all this stuff. For sure, if you buy a property, if you buy a motorbike, or if you're making party like a rock star, then you also can spend super much money. I think near in every country is this. It's also about your lifestyle. For example, if you have a retirement, I think the average retirement in Germany is around 1,500 euros, what the people get. And in Germany, you not can afford a good life with this. Yeah? But when you're living in Thailand, it's really enough to have an amazing life, to go near every day to the restaurant, to go out, to have a good life. It's also depending in which part in Thailand you live. If you live in Phuket, maybe it's a tourist area. A tourist area is even more expensive. It's also when people ask me, hey, Kevin, how much in a month I need to live in Bali? I also say it's depend on your lifestyle. So you really just want to focus on your business. You get a little villa in the north of Bali with a good internet connection. You really just concentrate on building up your business. You can living super cheap. But if you're living in Canggu, you go to a nice gym, you go every night to a restaurant, you want to do some party and everything, even sometimes $5,000 to $10,000 in a month might be not enough, yeah. Especially because the rent prices, if you want to live in a nice villa, even can cost you that amount of money.
So let's say you work out your budget as $1,500 a month, just as an example. Well, obviously, you can't go to Thailand with only $1,500 in your pocket. You should have at least several months of your monthly budget, not to mention an emergency fund, which we'll talk about in a little bit when we get to the health category, because that's typically where the biggest potential risks for extra costs tend to arise. And if you think you're going to come to Thailand and get a job to support yourself, sadly, you've got to think again. Thai jobs are basically protected. They don't want Westerners taking those jobs.
Yes, this is not a good idea. If, for example, you're working in a hotel and then you think you move to Thailand or you move to Bali and now you're working in a hotel and you get the same salary like you get in Europe, this is completely wrong. You really have to think about growing up an online business, or for example, if you have already good savings, that you make money with your investments, for example, buy villas, sell villas, or rent them out, get passive income. That's the way how you can afford a good life.
The smartest move is to get a Western income and then spend that Western income at the lower cost of living in Thailand. So it's a double win for you. So ideally, you want to find an online job that you can do from anywhere.
Exactly what I said before. Yeah, there we definitely on the same point. Yeah.
The second on the list is love and romance. And you might laugh at that and say, hey, Randy, that's kind of a silly thing to put on your categories here. But hey, it's legit. I mean, think about it. One of the main reasons that men come to Thailand to retire is to meet a Thai woman. And it makes sense. I mean, Thai people, especially Thai women, are known to be very loving and very loyal partners.
And I mean, in my opinion, I can completely understand this when you're working all your life hard in a Western country and then you have your retirement now. And might be you have not find the right woman there, or the woman's there have not the right mindset for you. Then you move there, you find a woman. For sure. Also, you have to take care about her, have to provide. Maybe you build up a house together. Maybe you also have planning to set up a family and everything like this. And for sure, this also costs money, what you have to think about before.
But I think in general, online dating, it's a great way to meet somebody, to maybe try a relationship when you get here, someone to show you around and teach you about Thailand. And I mean, you want to be a gentleman and be honest with her regarding what your intentions are and not lead her on. But I mean, just start it as a potential relationship and just see where it goes. Don't necessarily invest the rest of your life in that one relationship. A lot of guys kind of fall prey to the bar girl situation. And I understand it's probably tempting. I mean, they're beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, we can set up this point. I mean, this is Thailand and Bali, Indonesia, Vietnam. I think it's overall the same, that you really have to choose carefully and make sure that the woman is not just together with you about the money.
All right, now let's talk about health and health-related issues. And that's probably the most important of all these topics, because here's the issue that we face. In our home country, like for me as an American, I have Medicare, and you've got similar benefits, whether you're from Australia or the UK or Canada. And we lose those benefits when we leave our home country. At least we do in the United States, and I think for those other countries as well.
Yeah, I mean, for sure there is insurance, yeah, a health insurance. And when I compare what I have paid for the health insurance, was just able in Germany with the not so good service, and what I pay now for international health insurance, it's cheaper and better. So for me, it was even in the financial aspect, I save, I think, every month near $300 when I compare this. So for me, it's even cheaper and more services.
We can either get a Thai insurance policy, or we can do what's called self-insure, which basically means just setting aside enough money to pay for your medical care yourself should you have a medical emergency.
And even this, yeah, it depends what kind of emergency is this, and also what is your lifestyle. For example, if you are extreme sport, it's a high risk that you break your legs or you do surfing, then it's better to have this insurance. But normally, if you just go, for example, for a dentist, I mean, it's really not expensive. Maybe sometimes when I do all the teeth cleaning and the checkup, I maybe pay like $30 or $40, and I mean, for this, I don't need the insurance. This I also can pay directly by myself.
If you're over 70, it can be tricky to get some policies. If you're 80 or over, it's basically impossible to get a policy.
Okay, this is a different situation for sure. If you're already older, 70 or 80, the insurance also know, okay, might be in this age, you have not the best health. Maybe you use the health insurance more. Maybe the insurance get more expensive. And this is a point where you have to think about.
The good thing about health insurance in Thailand is it's incredibly cheap. I would say that comparing an equivalent policy for me in the United States as opposed to Thailand is it's probably about 75% cheaper in Thailand. All right, next up is visas. And visas in Thailand are kind of a headache. Now, if you're 50 or over, there are retirement visas that you can get that are really not that difficult to get. You either have to show either a monthly pension of a certain amount or put a certain amount of money in a Thai bank account.
Yeah, I also can say visas here in Indonesia, especially if you have investor visa, if you buy a property, it's super, super easy. But also for people who just want to work remote or maybe have a longer stay here, it's not super complicated and also not expensive.
There's not only the retirement visas, but there are also many visa types that you can get whether you're over 50 or under 50, from the elite visa to the LTR visa. There's the ED visa, which is when you're a student.
Yeah, there's also some possibilities that you're officially a student or you a volunteer or something like this, and then you also get a visa for your 1 year. There's many possibilities if you want to get this. You want more information about this or overall, then just take a look here below. In the description, there's our website. We have a contact form. Just contact us. Let us know your individual situation. What are your thoughts about moving out from your home country or maybe investing in real estate? Which countries you prefer? Just let us know. Get in contact with us and then we will speak about the possibilities.
The biggest mistake a lot of people make is they just come to Thailand and they think, I'll figure it out when I get here. And sometimes you can do that, but it's actually easier to get the best visa type for you from your home country working with the Thai embassy there. All right, so our last issue is happiness, or as I think I said before, the lack of happiness is the problem. And all those things I mentioned before, health, women, visas, money, all that kind of ties in with happiness. So maybe you could call this a catch-all category, but I want to talk about kind of an independent part of happiness, and that's just your emotional welfare separate from the issues that we just talked about.
For me personally, I just can say my personal happiness grows much more up when I'm here in Asia, especially here in Bali, Indonesia, because the people are super friendly, they're super welcoming, they have always a smile on the face, everything is more calm, more chilled, not so stressful, and then you have an easier life, and this makes you for sure more happy. When things getting easy, this makes you overall more happy for sure.
One of the big problems that people have in terms of not really feeling comfortable in Thailand is that they don't really come with the right attitude. You have to come to Thailand saying, I recognize that I'm coming to a completely different culture, a completely different language, an alien environment, completely different from the West.
Yeah, this is true for sure. When you're going to a country, then you need to speak English. I personally had this experience when I was in South America, where the people don't like to speak English, they're speaking Spanish. And if you not can communicate, even if the place is super nice beach, cheap living costs and everything, then you not feel happy, because communication with other people is super important. And that makes me super happy that here in Bali, near everyone speaks a really well English, and I don't need to speak the Indonesian language to communicate with everyone well. In Thailand, it's a little bit different, because I think the Thai people also, their English is hard to understand. Yeah, they have a really, this Thai accent is, it's different. Yeah, so not so easy sometimes to communicate there.
There's not a big difference going from America to France or Australia to Spain. I mean, it's a very similar environment. But going to Thailand or Vietnam or any Asian country is a huge difference. So sadly, a lot of people come to Thailand and they are overcome by the difficulties of being in a foreign country where their own language is not spoken, where it's sometimes a struggle to communicate, where things just aren't automatic. I mean, when you live in your home country, life is easy. We don't have to think about where do I go to get a driver's license? How do I open a bank account?
I would agree with this, because, for example, if I want to make a driver license in Germany, I think I have to pay over $2,000. I have to make many hours going there. I have to make a test, and so much on. It's super complicated, super expensive. Here in Indonesia, I just was going to the police station, pay $20. I have my driver license. Finish. This was everything. I would say especially this is way more easy. I don't know how this is in Thailand, but here in Indonesia, super easy. No bureaucratic things. And especially Germany is well known for too much bureaucratic. Everything's so complicated. For me, this is a super nice point, that here in Indonesia is everything so much easier.
If you've got the right attitude, it's really not a problem at all. I think most of us actually embrace that challenge and we welcome it. That's one of the reasons we chose Thailand instead of going to a country that speaks English. And a big part of trying to find happiness is to avoid loneliness. And it's actually a really big problem. I mean, I can identify because I was going to Thailand for maybe 5 years before I kind of made the big move. And there would be times when I would go and I would be there for a month or so. And this was before I met Joy. And I was by myself. My daughter lives in Thailand, but she doesn't have every day to spend with her dad. So there would be so much time that I would spend alone. I would eat alone. I would walk around alone.
Yeah, but this is also up to you. You don't need to move out alone. For example, when I move out of Germany, I also don't know where I go. My goal was just I move out. Then I was 1 month in Cyprus. After this, I coming into Bali because it was pandemic and this was the only Asian country who allows for Asian to move in with a business visa. And I travel together with some friends and we make the experience together. If you travel alone by yourself, it's super easy to make connections, to find some new friends and get into new communities. That's why everyone is super socializing. Also, this is also a key point why I love Bali so much, because it's super easy to get in touch with other international people, set up new friendships, set up business together, corporations and so on. People are super open, super friendly. And this is a big, big plus for me why I love to live in Bali here in Indonesia. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this was a value for you. Push the like button, subscribe our channel, and we see us soon in one of the next videos.